We have a very special guest today, 4 key volunteers from NESSP. They are building the largest Sai temple in North America, in Groton, Massachusetts. We are going to talk to them about the exciting journey of taking such a big project. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming.
Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And so, if you can give us, you are the president of this group here, and if you can give a brief outline about this such a massive project.
Sure. So, I'm Mahendra Singh. So, give you a brief context of it. We founded in 2006 with a mission of building a Shirdi Sai temple in New England area. We started off a temple in Dracut in a rented facility, but we soon grew out of this space. Then in 2010, we moved to our current facility where we are operating today. But our mission was always to build the temple, and we are constrained to provide services in the current facility. So to this end, we founded land in 2014, and in 2015, we closed on the land. We did the groundbreaking in June of 2015, and the Bhumi Puja in August of 2016, and the temple is currently in progress. We are expecting to inaugurate phase 1 in December of 2016.
If you can tell us a little bit about what the phase 1 is going to include in the facility.
So phase 1 includes the site work, which is about building the parking lots and lay out the site around it, about 250 plus parking spots, and also completing the complete building structure, but finishing the first floor where we can operate, which is about 20,000 square feet. So there's 2 floors, which is 20,000 square feet each, so total of 40,000 square feet building. And then, move in, that is our phase 1.
And when do you think that will happen?
We are ready to move in based on the current progress. We are expecting to move in December of 2016.
This year?
This year.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll come back to you a little bit later. If you can talk a little bit about the philosophy of the temple.
Sure. So my name is Sandeep and one of the key volunteers here. So the philosophy is very simple. It is about following the teachings of Sai. But simple is not always easy. So if you look at the name of the organization, it's called New England Shirdi Sai Parivar. The essence of philosophy is right in there. So we have a very key word called Parivar, which is basically a family. And that is where we are all family of Baba's devotees. And we are ever expanding. We started with few families in 2006 and we are constantly, and the good news is we find a new family who comes and joins the temple. They feel as if they have known us for a long time.
So any idea, can you talk about how many families you have? Any rough estimate here in this?
Yeah, so we have about 1,000 families which are already connected, which part of the mission here, and then constantly it is growing. And we are really blessed to have so coming to the philosophy, I mean, as you know, Shirdi Sai philosophy is about service, and he was all about selfless service. So one of the core principles of the organization is selfless service, which is where we have been doing this for the last 10 plus years, and we continue to do this and lay this foundation so the future generations can also take this as the next cue to go.
Thank you. Now, talking about the service,
sure.
If you can tell us a little bit more about the type of services the temple provides and
Sure.
the charity work.
Sure, as our colleagues mentioned here, again, my name is Ramakant. I'm also a key volunteer here. But as they mentioned, it's all selfless service. Mostly, as a temple, you get connected spiritually. So spiritual services, we try to have the philosophy of, try to provide as much as less charge services to the devotee base. So for example, if they want to do some small car puja or things like that, we don't charge anything. If they want to do some other services, which we have very minimal charges, and they're done as a service to the community.
So for example, we go to number of temples and there are number of temples there. We go there and we have to get a puja, then right away we get a menu. Okay,
right.
This price is for car puja, this price is for Ganesh puja, this price. your system is totally different than that.
Totally different.
And what is the reason behind that?
That's our core principle. That's our philosophy in that any service we do it as a service to the community, not just to obviously further the mission of the temple. That's definitely one aspect, but more towards giving back to the community as much as we can.
Excellent. Now, I wanted to come to you, and you're the person who is responsible for spreading the word out, right?
Yeah, actually there is a big team. And,
Okay.
my name is Srinivas. I'm a key volunteer. So there is a marketing team and a lot of people support in spreading the word, and I'm one of the key volunteers. Yeah.
Well, you must be doing a great job, because I think the response of people as far as the fundraising is concerned has been very good. And I just wanted to come back to you, and if you can tell us a little bit about what has been the result of the fundraising activities, and how much funds you have raised, and where the fund is coming from,
Sure.
and how much more money you need to complete the phase 1.
Sure. So I think we are blessed with the Sai Baba's, blessings that, fundraising has been very generous, and a lot of people are coming not only from New England area, but all over the U.S. They are small donors and they're big donors, donors in the million range. So we have raised enough money, and just to give you an idea, the project, the phase 1 is total budget is $8 million, including the land, and we are only sought about $500,000. So we have already raised close to $7.5 million.
$7.5 million has been raised.
Right, including some mortgage component to it, but the fundraising is one of the key component, and we're getting people from all over the U.S.
So how did you think about such a big, massive project?
So this is like temples, people have temples in their homes, and God is everywhere, and that's what we also believe in. But temple is also a place, where you spiritually and socially connect with the community. And more so in the US, when the families comes in, you need a forum. So we felt that, not only providing the services, but we need a place where, you build this temple. And we have a dream, everything starts with a dream, right, and a vision, with a passion. And we always thought, the people who came, the key volunteers who came first, they always thought, we are the first one in New England, and we need a place, permanent home for Shirdi Sai Baba. And that's how the mission came up.
And where is the mission currently housed?
The current temple is in Chelmsford, which is rented about 7,000 square feet facility, where we run, the temple all 7 days. And we also run a community kitchen on every Thursday, and we're going to talk about that. That's a very key aspect, that we feed about 300 to 400 people every Thursday, and our volunteers cook in the kitchen, and that's the kind of services we provide them. So when families come in, this is also one of the strategies we thought, that when families come in, they should not just go out in the temple and look for the prasad and food somewhere else. So they spend quality time, with their guru and God, but also network with the people, and go home satisfied spiritually and socially.
Now, in terms of, do you also provide some educational activities there? Or
Oh yeah. So we have chess classes for kids. We actually differentiate the activities between two different types of people, right? You have kids, and you have youth, and you have adults. So for kids and youth, we have chess classes, we do academic competitions and things like that. For adults, we have a lot of spiritual events that we do. Obviously, it's a temple, we do it for the Baba's philosophy, every event we celebrate. In addition to that, we do free yoga classes, sometimes we do meditation classes as well. So this all combines and puts together as a well-rounded place. We also have we rent one of the rooms for dance and music classes and events like that. And as you can see, it's 7,000 square feet. It's quickly running out of space. So
sure.
We need more place, more classrooms, and more space for our community to grow in.
So now you are growing from 7,000 square feet to eventually to 40,000 square feet space.
Yeah.
What are the other activities you plan to perform there?
Yeah, so we actually have thought about this, and forethought is that we will have classrooms in the basement, or in the first floor, if you might want to call it. And in that we will have the teachers can come in, they'll spend some time in dance, music classes, and yoga, and all those things. So there will be classrooms for it. We also have a thought process of a library, And in addition to that, for most places what we have seen, we run out of place where kids can play a little bit inside during the winter months. So there is a kids play area room as well.
And also, I heard maybe one can help me out. Is also there was a plan to build an auditorium or something, or some wedding hall or something.
Yes. So there are a lot of community needs, and end of the day, this will be the place where all the community needs are addressed. So definitely, the spiritual is for ourselves, sometimes our own thing, but at the end of the day, you want to give back to the community. So we have, like Ramakant mentioned, we have the classrooms, and eventually we are going to get the auditorium. But Mahinder can explain more about the auditorium plans.
Right.
Sure.
So the thought process is like we met a lot of community leaders, various cultural organizations in the community, and all the teachers, right? They always struggle to find a place. In the summer, they spend a lot of money in renting these schools, high school auditoriums, but they still run out of time and they run into bookings. So we said that why don't we build a place for our community where year round, they can use this facility and fulfill those needs. So phase 2 comprises an auditorium, which is about 1,000 seat, 1,000 plus seat auditorium, which is right in the plan. We got an approval, tentative approval that we can build that. But as the phase 2 kicks in, as soon as we finish this, we will lay that out.
So the total cost of the temple, if you include everything, phase 1, phase 2, everything, do you have any number on that?
So for just the temple project and the site and the land cost and all the related cost, to acquisition cost we call, like permitting cost, it was a $10 million project. So $8 million we are spending on phase 1, and another $2 million roughly for finishing the first floor. Because if we raise the money, we can finish that, the second floor also. But once we finish the temple, then we move on to the auditorium.
Okay. So now the success rate of fundraising has been very good. What you plan to do to raise the money you need in the near future?
So we have several programs, and I think Srinivas will elaborate a little bit more on which are options available to devotees and community members who can come in and help us out.
Okay.
So coming back to the fundraising options, we do have like a lot of options like Divine Tree, Divine Leaf, and also there is like for temple operation activities, there's $1 a day program where it goes to temple operations, and right now we are launching, we launched a new sponsorship called Idol Sponsorship, where sponsorship of the deities, and we also have classroom sponsorship, and the temple podium sponsorship, and many other options that we are working on.
And all the information is available on your website?
And everything is available on website, and our website name is, as you know, it's www.nessp.org.
Excellent. So now, last word from you.
Sure.
Tell me.
We pray and we wish Baba to give us enough strength that we continue on our mission and vision. This is a request out to people in the community here to please come forward, help us out. As you can see, we have made so much of our progress. All the volunteers, they just come in and there is no differentiation. Come be part of our parivar and our family. We want to make sure that there is lots of fundraising options, there is volunteering events, there is so many things that you can be part of this community. So please come forward, help us build this project. It's a vision and mission and vision that we have had ever since we formed. Help us out and get Baba's blessings.
Srinivas, you want to add anything?
Yeah.
Or he said everything?
Just to say, like, our organization name is includes Parivar. So the Parivar itself means family. So that is the reason when a devotee comes to the temple, we want to serve them as a family member, not outside member. That's the reason we do not charge anything, and mostly whatever the charges that goes to operational expenses.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. What about you?
No, I would just say come be part of the family. That's simple as that. And this is a mission in the making. It's not just for current generation, it's all for future generations. So we are blessed to be part of this, but come and be part of this.
Yeah. Your last word.
So just wanted to highlight that this is not just a temple. The vision, we put it together. The strategy is that we recreate our heritage, what we do in India. Especially I want to mention one thing, that weddings, the way layout is, you should be able to do weddings, with horses and all those things, and that's the kind of thinking we're putting into this project. So community can enjoy, what they left behind in India, and restricted, because of space or any other constraints to celebrate. Those
So
mounts.
in addition to being just a temple, it is also going to be a community center as well.
That is correct.
Excellent. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
and really
Nice
thank
to
you
have
all
you.
for coming.
Thank
It was
you.
really lovely
Thank you.
talking to you.
Thank you.